6ix9ine has returned to the internet after doing a sip of jail time, and honestly, this is just too coincidental for it to be a coincidence that he comes back and then this whole crazy Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane, Big 30 story breaks, where essentially Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and a bunch of other dudes allegedly robbed Gucci Mane, and then Gucci Mane apparently gives a statement to the police about what happened in the situation, which led to a lot of people labeling Gucci as a snitch. And, they're speculating, is he going to testify at the trial? Like, it's this whole wild situation. And of course, 6ix9ine has been on a one-man crusade against the rap world for years now when it comes to how they treat people with snitching allegations, as famously he was labeled a snitch and heavily, heavily criticized for it. He was called a rat. Don't work with that dude. He a rat. Don't turn off that music. We don't want to listen to a rat. All that stuff was thrown at 6ix9ine. And honestly, he's not wrong when he points out the different standards that are held for rappers who are called snitches in comparison to 6ix9ine. There is a lot of picking and choosing in the rap world versus who gets labeled a snitch and gets thrown away versus who gets labeled he probably shouldn't have did that. I probably wouldn't have did it that way. He shouldn't have said that, but I'm not going to call him a snitch. There is a lot of picking and choosing and double standards when it comes to that. So he's not wrong there, but 6ix9ine just still does not understand why it's different when he snitched versus everyone else. He still just doesn't get it, why he's treated differently. And I'm here to explain that to him. And I'm here to explain that to everyone. And it's really just as simple as people don't like 6ix9ine. It's that simple. You can call it fair, you can call it unfair, but it's the truth. I don't care what it is. It's the truth. People just don't like 6ix9ine. It's that simple. He harped heavily on the Gunna situation when that story first broke. Oh, Gunna might be telling people we're calling Gunna a snitch, but people were still listening to his music. And 6ix9ine was kind of confused by that. Why are people still playing Gunna's music? When the whole Young Thug situation took place and all these rappers weren't jumping out the window to label Young Thug a snitch. They weren't all condemning Young Thug the same way that they did 6ix9ine. He was confused by that. And now with this Gucci situation, you're seeing all of these rappers not really say anything about it. You're not seeing a bunch of people get on podcasts, call him a snitch, start writing up their Gucci Mane diss bars, calling Gucci a rat. You don't see all this stuff because people like Gucci. And honestly, it's really that simple, but I will break it down even further in this video. But I want to show you 6ix9ine's video and him breaking down the Gucci Mane situation because I think it's a very interesting video and it gives you a lot of insight to 6ix9ine's mentality and where he's gone wrong.
I never want to stay blow up, and I never will.
A word?
I'm a true G.
A true G. What? Exhibit B. Exhibit B.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit.
Oh, you don't believe that?
The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass, man.
That shit ain't aged well at all.
You don't believe in that shit? Listen, I'm gonna break this shit down. Listen to me. Oh, no, it's different. No, it's different. I won't tell the police. Hear this shit. This your mouth. Took my shit for kindness. I pulled up on kindness. Y'all pulled up. No, they didn't pull up no weak shit. They pulled up on street shit. Shit that you rap. Do you hear your stupid ass self? Yo, I'm the nigga that put your shit on your commissary. Oh, I did this. Y'all stabbed me in the back. Yo, what happened? Remember 6ix9ine situation? Y'all remember the 6ix9ine situation? When y'all say, it's the streets? You know what you signed up for? You know what you signed up for? What happened? It's you. They pulled up on some... Nigga, give me everything. I want everything, nigga. Take this shit out your fucking ears. Give me this shit, nigga. Oh, this your wedding ring? Let me get that shit. They pulled up on street shit. Now you a businessman? How many excuses? How many times? No, it's different. No, you know what's the difference? Look at this. All these niggas that talk and say this shit for 5 fucking years. Hold on. Y'all gotta see this shit. What's the difference between all these rat ass? Y'all tell me what's the difference.
They know the difference.
I've been saying this shit.
I've said this for a while now, but I feel like 6ix9ine should just be a content creator because he's actually really good at it. Like, he's always been good at making content, and people seem to enjoy his content much more than they do his music at this point in time. People love to see him on streams, podcasts, interviews, so I feel like he should just do that, but that's my opinion. One thing that is different between him and Gucci situation, though, is that Gucci isn't possibly cooperating against people who he committed crimes with, and 6ix9ine did. Now, they were both victimized by the same people that are potentially getting cooperated against, but they weren't both doing crimes with those people. 6ix9ine was, Gucci wasn't. But regardless, that's not even important. One thing that is important to take away from his video, though, is that 6ix9ine believes he's treated differently because he's Mexican. He thinks that the reason he gets the snitch label and gets criticized for it like no one else does is because he's Mexican, and like black people are like insecure about him being a gangster that's Mexican, so they hate on him more for snitching because he's Mexican. And it's just not the case. It's just not the case. It really is as simple as people don't like him, but I'm gonna break down the different levels and different explanations, right? So first things first, let's look at the Gunna situation. Gunna got the label of a snitch, right? He got called that, but people didn't care because they like Gunna's music, right? When Gunna came out of jail and he was getting that label, he started dropping music, and his music was fire. It was doing well. People were really enjoying it. So people didn't really care about the snitch label because they just wanted to listen to the music. And for as much as 6ix9ine actually did have a good run of music in 2017 to 2018, like, I'm not going to sit up here and lie and act like his music wasn't fire back then. He hasn't dropped good music probably since then, in my opinion. But if we're just going to speak objectively, like not giving an opinion on if the music is good or bad, his music hasn't been hot since then, since like the first song he dropped when he came back, and then like the Nicki song. After that, it's been pretty much crickets for 6ix9ine in the rap world. I know he did well in the Spanish world, but in the rap world, it's been crickets. So when Gunna came back and he dropped F You Mean, and he dropped A Gift and a Curse, and he dropped all these songs that people were turning up to, people realized that they liked the music a lot more than they cared about the persona of Gunna possibly being a street dude. And that's how we ended up with the comments of, Gunna didn't snitch on me though. Under every comment section, Gunna didn't snitch on me though. That ain't got nothing to do with me. The music's still fire. I'm gonna enjoy the music. The music's fire. 6ix9ine doesn't have that. 6ix9ine's music is not good to a majority of the rap world anymore. So what is the point of trying to fight and claw and defend this dude when he's not even giving you anything that you enjoy? I think that the snitching cancellation is very similar to any other cancellation. If you're good enough, you can beat it. Look at Chris Brown. Chris Brown just went on a world, not a world tour, but a United States tour. I think it was, I don't know, Breezy Bowl might have been a world tour. He just went on a very successful tour with the Breezy Bowl thing. He's performing in these huge venues. He's flying down from the rafters. He's got your 35-year-old aunties passing out in the crowd. Like, he went crazy with this tour because despite everything that he's done, he's a talented artist. People enjoy his music. People love his music. The same thing can be said for what happened recently with DaBaby. DaBaby fell off after the, homophobic comments, and he blamed that for a very, very long time. But truth be told, he wasn't dropping good music. As soon as he drops a song recently that people enjoy, all of a sudden he's doing well again. And the homophobic stuff doesn't matter. Because if you're good enough, you can beat whatever cancellation you're in front of. Look at what happened with Kanye West. He's performing at a stadium, 2 shows at the SoFi Stadium in LA, because he's big enough and good enough to just kind of bypass some of that cancellation. 6ix9ine's music wasn't good enough for a lot of people to just ignore the entire situation that happened with the snitching allegations. And then if we're just looking at it from the perspective of the rap world, including the rappers, Gunna was doing so well that a lot of rappers didn't really care about that ATL blackball that he was facing, because Gunna was blackballed from a lot of the same people that he used to work with all the time before he went to jail. If you looked at his comment section under his post when he first came home, there was like 2 rappers in there, and one was DDG and the other was Yeet. People were not rocking with Gunna when he first came home because, the whole thing, that's just Young Thug. Everybody loves Young Thug. Everybody knows Young Thug. Young Thug got all the connects. So people were shaky. People were like, I don't know. But then Gunna started turning up and they're like, business is business, to quote Young Thug's album. They didn't care anymore because his music was good. So 6ix9ine being blackballed by all these other rappers and stuff, again, is a skill issue. Because if 6ix9ine's music was good enough, if it was hot enough, people would not care. Most rappers today would probably take that Gunna feature. 6ix9ine paid Kodak Black $1 million for a feature. Well, he didn't pay him, but a company got 6ix9ine got together with him and this like vaping company, and they paid Kodak. 6ix9ine didn't pay Kodak. I take that back. This company paid Kodak $1 million to make a song with 6ix9ine because they thought it would be this crazy internet huge moment. Oh my gosh, somebody made a song with a rat. He even said he got paid to make a song with a rat on the song. But guess what? Nobody cares about that song because it wasn't good. It didn't make any noise. I don't even remember the name of that song. You probably don't remember the name of that song. You might not remember this happening. Kodak hit $1 million lick to make a song that nobody cares about, and now everyone works with snitches anyway, so why does it matter? But again, and honestly, maybe more important than the music being good or bad, people just don't like him, bro. It's that simple. On the internet, it's better to be liked than to be right. People don't like 6ix9ine. In the rap game, people don't like 6ix9ine. People love Young Thug. They love Gucci. So even if they feel like whatever they did was wrong and they feel like, man, they're not going to say anything. They're not, because they love Gucci. They love Young Thug. The fans love these dudes. They might still get some hate online and stuff, but for the most part, people are still going to be kind of rocking with them. People don't like 6ix9ine. And it's not because he's Mexican. Because if anything, not being black in hip hop, specifically like street rap or something equivalent to it, something close to it, is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a juxtaposition to what people typically see. So it makes it kind of like a spectacle. People love Eminem to death. Eminem has a fan base that extends beyond even rap fans. People who don't like rap like Eminem because they like that, oh, it's a white guy, he's in the rap game. It's cool, right? 6ix9ine's not the first ever Mexican rapper. There are Mexican rappers out there. People don't dislike him because of his ethnicity. People dislike him because that was the role he played. It's like 6ix9ine got amnesia as to how he became so popular, so controversial. He was playing a villain role. He was purposefully getting himself hate. He was rage baiting. He was trolling. He was doing all those things all those years ago and making people hate him on purpose. That was a part of his marketing scheme. Which it definitely worked. It made sense. It 100% worked for 6ix9ine, but I don't understand now why he forgets that. You got people to hate you. You did the Floyd Mayweather thing. Floyd Mayweather promoted his fights by making people not like him. People wanted to see him get knocked out so they would buy the fight. That was Floyd's marketing strategy. It's the same thing that somebody like Jake Paul does. People wanted to see 6ix9ine get beat up. They wanted to see 6ix9ine get hurt. They wanted to see 6ix9ine fall off because he was super disrespectful to everyone. He was super disrespectful to all the tough rappers. He was super disrespectful to people in their cities. He was going to Chicago, making trolling videos through their neighborhood, making fun of all these dudes. He was going to the West Coast, making fun of all these rappers, YG, Nipsey, all these people, Lil Durk, Chief Keef, King Von. He was making fun of everyone. He was making fun of dead people. He was doing all these things to purposefully make people upset. And that was his marketing strategy. It worked. Except instead of being like Floyd or well, I guess Jake Paul is a little different because he also did get knocked out. But 6ix9ine essentially got knocked out with the whole snitching thing. Because now it's like, oh, you basically proved what everyone thought of you. If Floyd would have got knocked out in one of those fights, I guarantee you his next few fights wouldn't have sold the same way. But 6ix9ine essentially got knocked out. He was riding this wave of hate and all of this stuff. But once he finally took his L, in a sense, yeah, people stopped caring. So now people already don't like you, but now you're not relevant. And then to add on to that, your music isn't very good at the moment. It's not moving people. So when people start making fun of you for being a snitch, it's a lot more detrimental. People are ready to jump on that bandwagon because you were parading yourself around as this super gangster, super tough guy when people didn't believe you were ever that. And they were just waiting on the day for you to get exposed for something like this. And again, I'm not speaking on the rules and the ethics of the streets. I don't care. I'm just explaining to 6ix9ine why it's different with him. Because for all you can say about rappers going back on their word, not keeping it 100% solid, there's one thing that all rap fans and all rappers respect, and that's authenticity. And 6ix9ine never had that. Everyone knew that he wasn't really the guy he was portraying. He joined a gang at 21 years old and was basically getting consensually extorted in a way. He was giving them money for the image, for the branding, for them being around him, for them doing things at his call, he was basically playing pretend in a way. And everyone knew that. Everyone was saying, oh, 6ix9ine's a fake gangster. Everyone was calling him a fake gangster for years. And so when you finally give them that confirmation that they were already desperate for, they were already looking for because they couldn't stand you, all of a sudden, those snitching allegations are a lot heavier when they're on your back versus when they're on the back of somebody that people really like. Also, another thing to just throw in there as a reason why people don't like you, it's the child sex crime thing. That's pretty crazy to have on your record. Pretty wild. So this whole snitching, why is it me versus them? They don't dislike you because you're Mexican. They dislike you because you gave them plenty of reason to. You antagonized people. You dissed the dead. You were disrespectful. You trolled everyone. You made fun of all of these dudes. And at the same time, you were playing pretend. You were being inauthentic. We all knew that this isn't who you actually were. You weren't actually a blood from New York. You were a dude who paid to join a gang. So people were already desperate to find any little thing. And also you have a child sex crime. So yeah, people treat you a little bit differently. And if you would have stepped on a crack in the middle of the road, they would try to bring you down for it the same way they do with the snitching allegations. So that is why 6ix9ine, that is why you're treated so differently versus everyone else. It's not because you're Mexican. It's not because you're tougher than everyone and they want to hate you because you're tough and you expose their gangster. It's because people don't like you.